Welcome to another edition of Tech Bytes with Ron Nutter, your home for all things relating to smart home technology. In this episode, we're going to be talking about part 2 on getting early warning of a drive failure in FreeNAS. Now, like I said, we've already covered a little bit in part 1, and go back, you should see a link up here for part 1. Part 2 was something that I knew there had to be more information about the actual condition of the drives than what you were getting in GUI, because all the GUI would tell you was like, okay, the command was successful, and it wouldn't really tell you anything. And yes, I do have email alerting set up, which is also covered in that video or one of the others. But again, you only get alerts if it senses a severe enough problem to let you know. Well, me not being satisfied, I wanted to go and see if there was another way. So we're going to work on this together. I'm your host, Ron Nutter, and we're going to be going through that process. Now, this content is also available as an Amazon flash briefing or podcast. Please go to techbyteswithronnutter.com for more information. For any items mentioned in this episode, there are affiliate links in the description. If you click on these links, I will get a small commission, but that won't affect the price you pay for the item. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click on that subscribe button now and enable notifications. If this video helps you or provides value, please click on that like button, thumbs up. So first, we're going to talk about finding out the details on the scrub test. And the scrub test, if you haven't seen the other video yet, or you just don't remember offhand what it is, scrub is essentially like doing a check disk, and a little more than that, but that's a rough approximation. Then we're going to talk about getting the details on the SMART, or the drive self-test, where it actually goes in and looks to see if there's any problems beyond what the scrub would show you. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to shift over here to our trusty desktop, and you have two ways of doing it. This is going to be a command line, so we'll either have to go into the shell prompt, or if you've already got SSH enabled, then that's even better, because you can get in that way. So the first thing that we will do is we'll look at the scrub test. So zpool, well, if I go to type down here, then that would actually help. Zpool status, and I'm actually going to do something, the pipe command, and we'll type more. And you'll thank me for that in a minute. So what this is going to do is it's going to help paginate or make the information a little bit easier to see. So at this point, if you're just watching this video, I've just created another volume in another video. So this one hasn't been tested yet, which is why it says scan none requested. So if you're not used to the more command, you can either hit the enter key and go down one line at a time, or you can hit spacebar and go through more lines than that at a pass. Now you'll see here that it says scrub repaired 0 in 0 days. So it took about a half hour to run on volume YouTube or pool YouTube, which is not surprising because I got quite a bit of stuff out there, and it had 0 errors. That's a good sign. If you start seeing errors in this or within the smart commands, that may be an indication you got a drive on the way out, and it's a matter, do you want to get the drive replaced now before it gets cataclysmic, or do you want to try to ride it to the end, especially if it's out of warranty and you may have to go, come up with the money for the drive. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. So we'll go on down here. You can see it says online. It's not showing you any read or write issues. And FreeNAS boot, again, I've got mine booting. Although now it's technically not supported. I've got mine booting off of 2 USB drives. I may eventually go over to a couple of SSDs, but we'll deal with that one. So you can see the scrub process is fine. Now for the smart test, we have to go to an individual drive level. So we'll do smart control. If I can type here, smart control -L self-test dev, and we have to give it the drive name that FreeNAS knows it by. And if you're not sure of that right offhand, what we do is we can go up here to storage, and we go down to disks, and that shows you the name to look for. Now DA0 are the 2 USB USB drives that I'm booting off of. So these are the other drives. You can see 3 are set up on YouTube and 3 are in main. So we'll make sure we talk with just the ones on YouTube, because those are the ones that have had the test run against them so far. So let's go down here. We'll go down to shell, which is already open. And then we will go smart control -L selftest. And this is going to basically pare things down and show you what it's fine. So at this point, it completed without error. It's got, right now, it thinks it's got like 223 hours of time on Play Drive. So that's a good thing. Now, if you want to see what it looks like without all that, then what we can do is we'll go back here to, if you really want to, and I'll have this all in the description for the notes on this one, -A dev ADA0. Now, this is going to give you a whole lot of stuff, most of which may not mean a whole lot unless you've really delved into this, but it goes into all the details, and for the most part, it may not mean that much to you. Now, if you really want to dig into it and know what's going on, hey, go for it, because this is going to, you may pick up something in dealing with this that you may not see through any other means. So you can see with the way this has responded with the commands we put in, you can get some more details, sometimes more than you may really want. But that's just a matter of helping you become familiar with the system and letting the system talk to you. So you don't have to be dependent totally on the GUI or that an email alert is going to come through. So that's got you up and running. So if you're watching this on YouTube, and you probably are right now, you're going to see videos on the screen that are similar to the one you've just watched or other content that YouTube thinks you might be interested in. If this video helps you or provides value, please click on that like button, thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click on subscribe and enable notifications. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.